Have you ever imagined a machine so massive, so absurdly huge that it looks more like a building on wheels than an actual truck? Trucks so gigantic that if they passed you on the highway, even a regular semi would look like a toy? Well, today, you're about to dive into the world of the most monstrous, heavy-duty trucks ever built. Let me ask you something. Do you know which truck can haul over 400 tons in a single trip? Or which one was designed to cross deserts like it's gliding on brand new asphalt? This journey will take you from classic feats of heavy engineering to the modern behemoths that dominate open-pit mines and the most extreme construction sites on the planet. Some of these machines are so tall you need a ladder just to reach the cabin, and others, well, you'll see. So stick with me until the end, because the truck that takes the #1 spot is so massive. It can carry the equivalent of 500 small cars, all at once. Pacific P12. Back in the 1970s, while the industrial world was still trying to figure out how to transport massive loads across rough terrain, Canada introduced one of its most rugged creations on wheels, the Pacific P12. Built by Pacific Truck and Trailer, this beast was designed to tackle the harshest conditions in North America, especially in the forests and mountains of British Columbia. Its main job? Hauling raw timber, heavy machinery, and massive structures over primitive logging roads carved out of the wilderness. But don't let the rugged look fool you. The P12 was a true rolling fortress. Powered by a Detroit diesel V12, it delivered around 500 horsepower with brutal torque that let it pull loads of up to 150 tons, even up steep inclines, through mud pits or across snow-covered trails. Its frame was so overbuilt that many units stayed in operation for decades without a single crack, which says a lot even by today's standards. It typically came with 6x6 or 8x8 drive configurations, riding on tall tractor-like tires and ultra-high suspension. The cabin was basic but functional, offering a high driving position, rugged mechanical controls, and full command of the machine. And that engine sound? A deep, growling roar that could be heard from miles away, especially when climbing a loaded hill. Visually, the P12 demanded attention. With its reinforced bumper, towering exhaust stacks, and extra-wide body, it looked more like a train on tires than a truck. Veteran drivers often say that handling a Pacific felt like steering a ship on land. Every move required precision, but the response was solid and direct. Here's a fact few people know. Many P12s are still in service today in remote areas of Canada and Alaska. Their parts were built to last, and their mechanical systems were simple enough to repair in the woods with basic tools and a bit of know-how. Some logging companies even built dedicated garages just to maintain these monsters. Even in the age of ultra-modern mining haulers, the Pacific P12 continues to impress. It's a living symbol of a time when oversized meant built with heart. Not just numbers. And if you thought this one was massive, the next truck on the list brings brute force with even more versatility. Kenworth C500. Born in the 1970s and still in production today, the Kenworth C500 is a living legend of heavy-haul trucking. Manufactured in the United States, it's not your average big rig. The C500 is a customizable platform built to take on the impossible, from hauling oversized industrial gear to operating in extreme weather conditions. That's why there's no single standard C500. It can be outfitted with engines ranging from simpler setups to absolute powerhouses of 15 to 18 liters, producing well over 600 horsepower. Torque? In some cases, over 4,000 pound-feet, giving it the muscle to move loads of 180 tons or more, especially in places like deserts, oil fields, and massive quarries. Drive configurations vary from 6x6 to 8x8 and beyond, with reinforced suspensions engineered to handle severe impact and keep stability on rocky or uneven terrain. And if you're picturing a typical truck, think again. The Kenworth C500 stands tall with a rugged front end, extended frame, and a presence that commands respect, whether it's on asphalt, dirt, or deep sand. When the C500 roars to life, the sound is deep, rhythmic, and powerful. It doesn't scream, it growls, a sound that tells you it's built for serious work. Whether it's hauling a mobile drill tower across the desert or climbing a steep grade with a 90-ton bulldozer strapped to its back. One of its standout qualities is longevity. Many operators claim that with proper maintenance, a C500 can run for 30+ years without skipping a beat. That's not just talk. There are 1980s models still active today in the Alaskan wilderness and Canadian extraction sites, a true testament to durability. And here's something cool. Some Australian mining firms ordered special C500s with twin front axles, custom-built to haul drill rigs weighing over 200 tons, and they still maintained smooth handling. Now that's what we call engineering with purpose. If you think trucks need to be gigantic to be impressive, just wait. The next one shows that smart design, raw power, and visual dominance can go hand in hand. Western Star 6900 XD Twin Steer. Think you've seen big trucks? Not until you meet the Western Star 6900 XD Twin Steer. Built in the US by Western Star Trucks, this is not your average heavy hauler. The 6900 XD redefines the term extreme duty. Built for operations where failure is not an option. Deep mining sites, logging roads, military zones, and off-road infrastructure projects. The XD stands for extreme duty, and it's not just a badge. With engine options up to 16 liters, it can produce over 625 horsepower and nearly 6,000 pounds-feet of torque, depending on the configuration. That's more than enough to carry up to 200 tons through some of the most unforgiving terrain on Earth. Its most distinctive feature? Twin steer configuration, 2 fully functional front axles. That setup boosts the load-bearing capacity and gives the truck surprisingly agile steering on rough ground. It stretches over 36 feet long, with a reinforced chassis and a cab that's practically armored. Visually, it's intimidating. Steel bumpers, twin vertical exhausts, and a cab so high you need oversized steps to get in. When it moves, it sounds like a rolling thunderstorm. It has even been modified for military use, including hauling tanks, mobile bridges, and armored containers. Its suspension is specially engineered with oversized springs and industrial shocks to absorb heavy hits without compromising stability. The tires, each over 5 feet tall, can plow through rocks, mud, or sand without hesitation. It's the kind of machine that makes people stop and stare when it rumbles by. But inside, surprisingly comfortable. Operators say that even after 10-12-hour shifts, the cab's layout and ride quality help reduce fatigue. Western Star clearly designed this with the driver in mind, not just the job. And here's a wild fact. Some 6900 XDs are used in Arctic airports to move heavy cargo in sub-zero temps where standard vehicles won't even start. This thing handles freezing cold, blistering heat, and non-stop workloads like it's just part of the routine. Impressive, right? Just wait. The next truck was built to slice through entire forests and carry everything in one go. Pacific P16. During Canada's forestry boom in the 1970s, when most roads were barely passable and terrain challenged even bulldozers, one machine rose to legendary status, the Pacific P16. Built by Pacific Truck and Trailer, this truck was specifically engineered to haul massive timber logs through remote and rugged areas where even tractors would hesitate. Its heart was a brute, a Detroit diesel V12, putting out over 550 horsepower and insane amounts of torque, enough to pull loads exceeding 200 tons, often consisting of entire pine trees stretching over 130 feet long, and it did all that on slippery, muddy trails, steep inclines, and terrain riddled with rocks and natural obstacles. With an 8x8 drive configuration and reinforced spring suspension, the P16 struck a rare balance between raw power and off-road stability. Its chassis was made from high-strength steel, designed to endure years of brutal use without cracks or fatigue. Some operators joked that the P16 could outlast the road itself. Visually, it was commanding. Tall, wide, and riding on giant wheels, the truck's fenders and bumpers looked like they belonged on a military vehicle. The cab was perched high above the ground, accessible only by ladder, offering a clear view of the landscape, crucial for navigating tight turns between trees and around boulders. Its engine rumble filled the forest with a deep, steady roar that became part of the natural soundscape. Despite its massive size, the P16 was surprisingly nimble in skilled hands. Thanks to its smart geometry and intelligent weight distribution, it could maneuver tight logging paths with impressive control. Even fully loaded, it climbed steep grades like it had something to prove. And here's something not many people know. Several P16s are still in operation today, especially in isolated logging regions. Owners often prefer restoring and maintaining these beasts over investing in modern trucks that can't handle the same abuse. Some Canadian repair shops are dedicated solely to rebuilding P16s. That's how respected they are. If a machine like this is still working after 50 years, it wasn't just built strong. It was built with purpose. But hold on, if this already feels like something out of a sci-fi movie, the next truck was made to cross scorching deserts while towing entire oil rigs. Kenworth 953 Oilfield Prime Mover. In the blistering heat of the Middle Eastern desert, where traditional logistics reach their limit, Kenworth engineered a monster made to conquer extremes, the Kenworth 953, also known as the Oilfield Prime Mover. This isn't your highway hauler. It was purpose-built for the largest oil fields on Earth, moving loads most people wouldn't even imagine on wheels. Launched in the 1990s, the 953 was designed to haul drilling rigs, entire modular stations, and massive equipment weighing over 200 tons across loose sand, uneven rock, and brutal heat that often exceeded 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 degrees Celsius. Its powerhouse is a Caterpillar V12 18-liter diesel engine, delivering up to 600 horsepower and tremendous torque. That's enough to tow multi-axle trailers carrying oil platforms, water tanks, or modular refineries, sometimes as part of convoys with over 100 wheels under one command. The truck itself is massive. It stretches over 40 feet with a double reinforced steel frame. The cab is tall, offering panoramic visibility, and features insulation to protect the driver from extreme temperatures. Most units come in 8x8 configurations, though some custom builds have even more drive axles for extra support. You'll find them in Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, and other remote petroleum zones. And the look? Intimidating. Its long nose hides the massive Caterpillar engine, the tires are so wide that each one weighs more than a compact car, and its muffled exhaust produces a deep growl that rattles the desert floor. It's no wonder people call this truck a sand ship. It might look slow, but every move is deliberate. Long travel suspension keeps the vehicle stable, even under crushing weight. In the hands of a skilled operator, this steel mountain glides with surprising finesse, especially for something pulling a portable oil rig. In fact, in 2003, a fleet of Kenworth 953s was used in Kuwait to relocate an entire refinery, module by module, without disassembling everything. That kind of precision combined with brute strength proves why the 953 is still trusted in the toughest jobs on Earth. These days, some 953s are collector's items, but others are still working in remote, high-stakes environments. In places where failure isn't an option, the 953 gets the job done, or nothing does. And if you've made it this far, you're officially one of us. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because every week we drop new videos about the world's most extreme machines. Still with me? Good, because the next truck doesn't look like it belongs on Earth. It looks like it was built to haul mountains. Crest Coal Hauler. We've reached the halfway point in the list, and now things start getting truly outrageous. The Crest Coal Hauler isn't just a truck. It's part train, part tank, and completely unlike anything else on the road. Built in the United States by Crest Corporation, this beast was designed for one job: hauling massive loads of coal inside industrial plants, mining sites, and thermal power stations, and doing it fast, over and over again. From the start, the design throws convention out the window. The driver's cab sits on one side of the truck, giving better visibility of the load and more maneuverability. The truck rides low and stretches long, with a rear dump body that looks more like a cargo ship's deck than a typical truck bed. And it needs to be. It carries over 240 tons of coal in one trip. The engine is insane. A Caterpillar V20 with more than 850 horsepower and torque levels that could move buildings. It's built to push all that weight up mine ramps, across rough yards, and through non-stop loading zones. Visually, the Crest is unforgettable. Its tires stand over 10 feet tall, and the entire truck spans more than 33 feet. Seen from the front, it looks like a rolling fortress. Its engine sound? A steady, deep hum, more like a jet turbine than a diesel truck. Even at low speed, the visual impact makes it feel like the earth is shaking as it passes. The Crest is designed for short but intense hauls, operating at high volumes. It can complete dozens of trips a day, each carrying hundreds of tons, drastically improving fuel efficiency, logistics, and turnaround time. In tight industrial zones, it replaces fleets of smaller trucks with one unstoppable machine. What's surprising is that, despite its size, it's remarkably agile. Its steering and suspension systems are designed for tight spaces, giving it better maneuverability than you'd expect from something this big. And yes, it's necessary. A coal-fired power plant can burn through thousands of tons per day, and the Crest keeps the fuel moving non-stop. In fact, in parts of the US, there are Crest haulers that run nearly 24/7, swapping drivers and shifts, going months without stopping. If you thought the trucks so far were big, buckle up. The next machine is electric, Japanese, and was built to rule entire mining operations. Its dump bed is the size of a building. Komatsu 980E5. We're now entering the top tier of the largest heavy-duty trucks in the world, and the Komatsu 980E5 stands tall, literally. Built in Japan by the engineering powerhouse Komatsu, this electric drive haul truck was designed to operate in the largest open-pit mines on the planet, under relentless, continuous workloads. Right away, its size grabs your attention. Standing nearly 26 feet tall, over 50 feet long, and more than 30 feet wide, the 980E5 isn't made for highways. It's made to dominate entire mining operations. Under the hood is an 18-cylinder turbo diesel engine, generating a mind-blowing 3,500 horsepower. But what really sets it apart is the diesel-electric drivetrain. The diesel engine powers a generator, which in turn feeds electric motors that drive the wheels. The result? Constant torque, smoother acceleration, and unmatched control, even under full load. Speaking of load, get ready. The dump bed can haul up to 363 metric tons. That's over 800,000 pounds in one single trip, the equivalent of moving entire apartment buildings worth of material at once. The cab is fitted with automated safety systems, state-of-the-art electronics, and climate controls to keep the operator comfortable and alert through long shifts in extreme conditions. Dust, heat, vibration. The 980E5 is built to withstand it all. From the outside, it looks like a rolling wall. The tires stand nearly 13 feet tall, and just one of them costs more than a luxury car. Still, the truck can hit 37 miles per hour fully loaded, thanks to the precision of the electric traction system. Here's something fascinating. Despite its sheer size, the 980E5 is modular. It can be shipped in parts via cargo ships or freight convoys, and then assembled on-site at the mine. That level of planning speaks to the complexity and importance of this machine. And make no mistake, it's not overkill. At major mining sites, a single Komatsu 980E5 can replace up to 5 standard trucks, cutting costs and boosting output. In one massive Chilean mine, a fleet of 10 980E5s moves over 100,000 tons of ore per day, or round the clock. That's the level of performance this machine delivers. Impressed? The next truck was once the biggest in the world, and even today, it's a mechanical marvel. Its name? Berliet T100. Berliet T100. In the aftermath of World War II, as Europe rebuilt and technology surged forward, France stunned the world by unveiling a truck that looked like it came from a sci-fi movie. In 1957, the Berliet T100 was introduced, not just as a truck, but as a statement of industrial ambition. Stretching over 50 feet in length, nearly 16 feet tall, and weighing over 110,000 pounds empty, the T100 was the largest truck on Earth at the time. Its dump bed could carry around 100 tons of cargo, a staggering figure for the 1950s, and still impressive today. It was commissioned to serve an oil exploration project in the Algerian Sahara Desert, a brutal environment of sand, heat, and isolation. Its engine? A 29-liter Cummins V12, producing around 600 horsepower, paired with four-wheel drive and independent suspension. That gave the T100 the ability to traverse dunes, rocky terrain, and soft sand, even when fully loaded. Visually, It looked like a ship on wheels. Its custom-made tires stood nearly 6.5 feet tall, and the cab was built for multiple operators, complete with analog gauges and a cockpit-like design. The engine growled with a slow, deep rhythm, a sound of raw, deliberate power. Only 4 units were ever built, but their legacy is huge. One model debuted at the 1957 Paris Motor Show, stealing the spotlight from every other vehicle on display. People compared it to military transports, trains, even early space rovers. Because of its massive size, transporting the T100 between sites required it to be disassembled and reassembled on location using cranes. That alone shows how ahead of its time it was. Today, 2 units are preserved, one at the Berliet Museum and another as a monument in southern France. Even stationary, the T100 continues to awe anyone who sees it. Now, if that piece of 1950s engineering blows your mind, wait for what's next. The next truck is modern, Chinese, and built to challenge every global giant in the industry. XCMG XDE440. If there's one thing China has made clear in recent years, it's that it intends to lead the world in heavy equipment engineering, and the XCMG XDE440 is a perfect example of that ambition in motion. Built by XCMG Zhuzhou Construction Machinery Group, one of Asia's top manufacturers of industrial machinery, the XDE440 is an off-road, articulated mining truck designed to carry massive loads in open-pit operations across the globe. Its capacity? A jaw-dropping 400 metric tons per trip. That's nearly 900,000 pounds, more than most people see in a lifetime. The powertrain uses dual 16-cylinder Caterpillar diesel engines, which feed power to electric traction motors, much like a locomotive. The combined output tops 4,000 horsepower, allowing the XDE440 to climb and cruise even under its enormous load. Size-wise, it's no joke. The truck is over 50 feet long, 30 feet wide, and more than 23 feet tall. Each of its tires is nearly 13 feet in diameter and can cost tens of thousands of dollars. But thanks to smart suspension and a low center of gravity, it remains surprisingly stable, even on rough terrain. Its cabin is positioned on the front left corner, fully insulated, with digital displays, external cameras, and advanced sensors for real-time diagnostics. It's not just big, it's smart. These trucks are now working in some of the largest mining sites in China, Australia, and South America. Just one XDE440 can replace several smaller trucks, making operations faster and cheaper per ton. And here's a fun fact. The 440 in XDE440 refers to its total operational weight in tons, including both cargo and truck. This machine is already turning heads in the West, as global companies take note of China's rising presence in this market. But if you thought that was big, the final machine on our list takes everything you've seen and doubles it. It's the biggest truck ever built, period. BelAZ 75710. From the city of Zhdino in Belarus comes a machine so colossal that even pictures don't do it justice. Meet the BelAZ 75710, officially recognized as the largest haul truck in the world. It doesn't just carry massive loads, it redefines the limits of what's possible. Launched in 2013, the BelAZ 75710 is staggering in every dimension. It's over 65 feet long, nearly 33 feet wide, and more than 26 feet tall. Tall enough for a grown man to stand inside one of its wheels. And here's the kicker. Its payload capacity is 450 metric tons. That's 500 compact cars worth of weight in a single load. And it does it smoothly, efficiently, and safely. To power this giant, BelAZ equipped it with 2 16-cylinder diesel engines, combining for more than 4,600 horsepower. It uses an electric drive system, meaning the diesel engines power generators that feed electric motors on the wheels, delivering constant torque with zero lag. And those wheels? The 75710 rides on 8 enormous tires, each costing as much as a luxury sedan. Unlike most trucks, which rely on one rear axle, the BelAZ has 4 load-bearing axles, 2 in front, 2 in back, distributing weight evenly and allowing it to handle sharp turns with surprising grace. The driver's cab is perched on the front left, accessed via a stairway platform. Inside, it's a modern command center. Digital panels, navigation systems, external cameras, pressure sensors, and climate control. That's essential since the 75710 often operates in extreme environments like Siberia, Kazakhstan, and parts of South America. Just one of these machines can replace 10 regular dump trucks, massively reducing costs and increasing productivity. And despite its monstrous size, it's surprisingly agile, thanks to hydraulic steering and a suite of electronic stabilizers. Fuel consumption? As expected, it's thirsty. The 75710 can burn through over 340 gallons of diesel per day, but for the work it does, it's a fair trade. To this day, the BelAZ 75710 holds the world record for the highest payload capacity of any haul truck ever built, and no other company has officially surpassed it. Today we took a ride through a lineup that's way more than just trucks. These are colossal machines, engineering marvels pushed to the absolute edge, built to work where roads don't even exist and where failure simply isn't an option. From the classic Pacific P12 in the Canadian forests to the insane BelAZ 75710, these machines are not just tools, they're legends on wheels, proving that when it comes to moving the impossible, human ingenuity knows no bounds. Now tell me, which one of these giants blew your mind? Which truck would you want to see up close or even drive if you had the chance? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to hear from you. And of course, if you love this kind of content, you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because every week we bring you the most extreme, powerful, and jaw-dropping machines the world has ever seen. See you in the next video.